You are now tuned in to the motherfucking Ambition Hour podcast on Worth the Wait Radio. You ready?
Dub T motherfucking dub, ho.
Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, Claudia Renee, on your airwaves. And this is episode 126. Bam, 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 bam.
You ain't got the answers, man. You
You
ain't
ain't
got
got
the
the
answers.
answers. You ain't got the answers.
They asking how? How we made it this far?
Damn. That's funny because I might talk about that because I felt some type of way with how I was playing how I was playing graduation on the way back from the studio. And that shit was a vibe. First of all, the studio was a complete vibe. I think I'm gonna just start right there because I got to go to the studio for the first time in like months, and it felt so nice to be around creatives and to like see the mic and see the engineer and see like just like you know history being made. And I got to see Flight. I got to see
One way to family.
One Way Family. Hey, hey, hey. And just like go to the studio, like literally, like it was just sad. And then just being around other people, it was really dope. At first it's kind of like scary because it's just like oop. But I feel like everybody's just very understanding of that, so it's like like the hellos aren't the same. I guess you can say like things like that. It's just we're just a little bit more
Mindful.
aware and mindful of like I see you, what's up, peace. You doing good? We good. All right, cool. So, yeah, so it was dope. They created some magic in there. I was like, oh my God, like it was like song after song after song. I loved it. It's awesome for me because I'm such a hip hop lover. So to see it being made like that, having grown up, like just listening to it so much is like, man, you know, it's beautiful. I love it. I'm living my wildest dreams right now, you guys. It's happening. The time is right now. That's why it's important to go vote. That's why. That is why. Oh, let me. I need to make sure to announce that this homegirl that I have, her name is Kelli Ann Thomas. She announced her candidacy for South Miami Dade councilwoman. So can we please get an air horn for her? Kelli Ann Thomas for office. Vote. I am so proud of her. I'm so proud of her because it's just like, yes, I always knew that she would do something like that because she was just so about it. I love it. And I always see her at like the coolest times, and it's dope. So I'm really happy to see her thriving. And yeah, so I normally start the episode with what I'm grateful for, but I was just really excited for those two things that they just came out. So I'm going to start off by saying what I am grateful for this week, and I am grateful for courage. Ding.
Yeah, I guess.
um I mean, okay, so let's be real. The podcasting is really easy for me. It's something that I really enjoy. Creating the content for the podcast is very easy because it's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy getting stuff for the podcast ready. So it's really um it's really hard to navigate the rest of your life because the rest of your life you don't have that much courage because you're living with a little bit of fear because you're just like, oh, but what if like it doesn't happen, or what if da, da, da.
Or it's uncomfortable.
Or it's uncomfortable, and no one likes being uncomfortable. Why is that? We need to learn to be uncomfortable. And I mean that in every single way, like uncomfortable in every single way. Workout, if it challenges you mentally, physically, spiritually, like better, like that's gonna help you better. But yeah, so courage, man. Courage has just taken me a very long way, and I'm happy to be able to be witnessing the growth of my courage, because the courage that I have right now isn't even the same as it was a couple of months ago, because this virus, it's been growing and it's been like crazy. Like Florida was closed and then it reopened, and then now it's looking like it's gonna reclose. They're not even selling liquor anymore in public bars and stuff. And So it's just crazy because it's like you get you're a part of you wants to be scared, but it's like we don't have time for that. Like we don't have time to be scared. We don't have time to be living in fear. We have to gain the courage to go to the grocery store, to go and continue our lives, to just put the mask on, to just take the precautions that you need to take, and wash your hands, sanitize, keep the distance, the social distancing, and just being mindful of your surroundings. And so it's something that like we all have had to build during this time. I feel is the courage, because we're all scared, because it's like people are dying. The government is telling us one thing, and then we're seeing another thing, and then my family member is affected, your family member is affected in some way somehow, because it's affecting somebody some way somehow, whether it be you've been working from home since the pandemic started, whether it be that your hours get reduced, that you get laid off, that however you have been affected by the pandemic. So man, it's been a couple of tough months, but honestly, guys, we're making it through. Remember when we were like, oh my God, this is crazy, like I can't believe it, like this is tough, and we didn't know if we were all gonna go pull through. I mean, we all knew we were gonna pull through, like, cause come on. But it was just something that like kind of like put a stop to like the world. So it was crazy to see how like everybody acted and reacted. And
is there somewhere that you want to have more courage in your life?
I would say so, yes.
Like
Honestly speaking, I would like to have more courage when it comes to like dating. Like dating, or like, yeah, like that aspect, because I feel like every part of me is good, like not good, but like I feel like I work on every part of my life, and then without neglecting the other, and then I feel like that has just been neglected like so nasty, because it's just been like, I don't need that. I don't need no man.
I'm on the grind.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm grinding. I don't got time for these fools. Like, they playing anyway. Like, I was on that mindset. And then, like, as I got older, it was just kind of like, oh, shit. Like, it's not that I don't have the time. It's just I'm not making the time because I'm scared. Like, I'm scared. Like, cause what? Cause I've been hurt before. So when you've been hurt before, you're like, oh shit. But then you have to get the fucking courage and be like, nah, I'ma fucking see what's up. And then when you see what's up, you gon' find something. So
you gonna find
you
something.
gonna find something. So that's all I'm saying.
That's all she gonna say.
And so it's but it's really dope, like I said, to see the courage that I have now as compared to what I used to have, like even just a couple months ago. So it's lit, man. 31 is lit, if you ask me. No one asked me.
It's lit.
It's lit. It's been like 2-3 weeks, but I've like been celebrating in a way that I've been seeing it so candid. Like, I feel like this is the first time that I've been able to celebrate a birthday without having to worry about anybody. And when I say that, I mean, like, when you have birthdays, and sometimes, like, for the birthday, you might kind of sort of be having some beef with somebody, or you haven't spoken to somebody and you're like, oh, I wonder if they're gonna hit me up for my birthday, type of thing. And so you get into that type of thing, and I'm getting deep into this, but it's because it's the truth. It's like, for me, there was always some conflict in my birthday, whether it was my somebody that I knew was doing something shady because they thought they were doing me a favor. So it's always been something that like bad has happened around my birthday. And I feel like for the first time ever, like this year, nothing bad happened on my birthday. Like it was so renewing. It was renewing, refreshing. It's like, even like the weeks after, like sometimes we go through a whirlwind after our birthdays and we don't realize that it's like God just reshifting certain things in our lives. And we're just like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on right now? And I'm gonna tell you what the fuck is going on. It's like it's him moving it, and you have to be like, all right, cool. I have posted a meme. I made the meme, guys. It was it was Travis Scott with Stormy. I don't know if you guys, I'm obsessed with watching those videos because I think those kids are so adorable, and I love seeing Travis and Kanye like as dads. So that's like my favorite thing too.
Hip hop dads.
Yeah, hip hop dads. I love seeing that. So
Happy Father's Day, I guess. to all the
yes,
hip-hop
happy
dads.
Father's Day. Oh my God, Father's Day was awesome. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
right. We're gonna talk about it right after this.
My
Like
bad, my
literally,
bad.
I'm gonna get this point off because listen, who's our number one father? God. And that's what I'm gonna talk about. So,
Didn't think about that
you
one.
didn't think about that one, though. That's why I'm here. I'm bringing it. I'm bringing the knowledge for y'all. And so, it was a picture of Travis Scott, and he has Stormy behind him, and it's a picture from a video, and it's he's riding the bike, and she's on those little chairs. She's on those little chairs like behind, like that they put on the bikes, and she's just like so confident, so comfortable with her dad. She's like gonna have a great time. So then I put like God was Travis Scott, and that I was Stormy, and that God was taking me to like wherever he's taking me, like he's taking me there, and I'm just like in the back chilling, like what's up, and cause that's at the end of the day what we have to do. We have no choice but to do that. So there you have it.
Take the wheel.
Yeah, and so happy Father's Day. Father's Day was lit. Shout out to our dad.
The player.
The player. Listen, you'll find my daddy in Adidas from head to toe. Don't get it twisted.
Been on it.
Been on it like head to toe, my guy. You'll find him like that on a Saturday.
Thanks.
Love it.
With the white kick.
With the white kicks, for real. That he'll clean too right before he puts them on.
Multiple white kicks.
But yeah, so love my dad. We had like I did like a nice little breakfast for us. And it was very nice. I don't know. It was really cool because it was just the three of us, like my brother, my dad, and myself. And that's nice because no shade to mommy, but sometimes
It's Daddy's Day.
yes, exactly. It's our dog's day. Like it's it's our partner's day. We had to have that time with him. Slide him a little money. Just like real, like keep a real player. Because that's the only way that we could do it with him. So I'm surprised we didn't play Biggie because that would have probably made his Sunday even better. But it was a vibe. So I hope all of you guys enjoyed your Father's Day with your dads. If you didn't get to see them, then maybe like FaceTime them or Zoom them or however it is that you can communicate with them. Yeah. Our fathers sometimes don't get a lot of love, and it's because they're taught not to show emotion, and that's really sad. So make sure to show your parents some emotion. You know what I've been thinking about, Hav, is and I did not plan on thinking about this, but talking about this, but this has been on my mind for a minute. Is that like, okay, so something that I always hold very closely to my heart is asking my parents how they're doing, but like their mental health. I like talking to them about it because they never talk to me about it. So they never talk to me about it. So I'm just like, okay, but I'm learning this. So why can't I in turn, present that to them and even show my love in that way? Not that I'm trying to fix anybody because that's not my job either, but my job is to also
and no one's broken.
What?
And no one's broken.
True. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, no, I wasn't.
I was just saying.
Yeah, no, you're right. I guess when I said not trying to fix nobody, because you know how sometimes are like, okay, well then, okay, so basically, just like having that conversation with them and just talking to them, and because sometimes you yourself forget about your inner child, and then themselves forget about the inner child as well. You know what I mean? And something that I'm very vocal about on here is like getting rid of childhood trauma because it's real, and I feel like not all of us recognize it, and I feel like it takes time to recognize it because it took me a while, and even like taking courses to understand mine and where it came from and to ask myself the necessary questions. So that was just something that was like really important to me to share with you guys is like it was that what I said is like asking parents about their mental health, even though they never asked us about our mental health. You know what I mean? For them, it was just kind of like, are you fed? Are you know, like, are you fed? Okay, cool. Are you doing good in school? Okay, good enough. You know, like it was very like yeah, it was just kind of like going through the motions, and not saying that it was the wrong way, because I mean, nobody is perfect. Like, and I'm no one to judge. And listen, your girl came out right. If I do say so myself. Yes, sir. So yeah, so that was something dope. And you know what was another thing that I was thinking about, but this was probably one of like my high moments, is how come like every single time that we approach or talk to or speak to our parents, we have to address them as mom or dad, but whenever they speak to us, they're not like soldered daughter or son. They're not like, you know, when they're like, when they need the remote control, they're not like, daughter, I need the
Some are. Some parents probably are like, son, you know, like, probably.
True.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you're right.
But why isn't it like as common as like calling parents mom and dad?
Yeah.
And something that that I've read in like books that I've read. Something I read in books I read. That's what you do when you read books. I'm pretty sure is that like the whole mom and dad thing, it comes so that the baby learns that these are their superiors. So it's kind of like, dang, like y'all teaching us that these people are superiors, but they don't even know what they're doing. Like, this is their first time doing this. Like, what is it, like the little Uzi, like the, I don't know, it's just my third day out here. Like, that was our parents. so yeah, so and then their superiors is just like, all right, well, can we see the Carfax? Because
where's the experience?
Yeah, where's the experience? Where they healed themselves from something. But yeah,
real quick before we get off this topic,
yeah.
How come all the high questions start with how come?
because it was definitely like, and the thing is it was one of those times where like when I was high but I was cleaning. So when I'm in that bag, yo, the possibilities of what I come up with are endless. Like I'm cleaning, like talking shit. I'm like, oh, these fools, like, like, but yeah, so
You get the idea real quick.
I get that. Yep. Listen, I'm like, I gotta talk about this. I don't know where, but I'm gonna talk about it. So, I guess I'll go to my notes, guys. I did have them. So apparently, according to this email that I received, it says that not getting booty pics during quarantine means you're doing it wrong. And that spoke to my soul in some way. I was like, damn. Because if you ain't getting the booty, then what's really going on?
I mean, you could get the booty pics, but not get the booty.
Some guys are okay with that, I feel. That's weird. That's weird. Listen, I have a story. I'm not willing to share this story, but I have a story. I'll tell you off camera, Hav.
You
But
gotta say it. Fuck that. Nah, say it.
No.
Anything, we bleep it out. Go ahead.
All right. So this dude, right? So he like hits me. Okay. So first of all, so like it's with Bumble, right?
This is not an ad. We repeat, this is not an ad.
All right, so this is like on Bumble, right? And so what happens is I get a message. No. Okay, because I have to send the message. All right, guys. The thing is that I have photographic memory, so then my mind is going to that. Like, it's going to that moment. So, okay. So I had to message him first because that's how Bumble works. Bam. Boom. So my first line was because I'm not going to share the game. Okay, so continue. Okay.
Claudia Irvin.
In and out. So then, whatever, response, cool, right? And so it's going back and forth, and it's like, cool. Then I get a picture, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was that type of party in Bumble. Like, I am new to this on Bumble. Like, I was appalled that I was receiving this in my messages, but I entertained it. I was like, wait a minute.
But it wasn't a bad picture.
I was like, wait a minute. But like, okay, ladies, real quick. So there's a thing that you can do, right? This is like a real
Insider tip.
like an insider tip. And it goes a little something like this. So you just keep talking your talk game. Yeah. Like, you know, whatever. Like, okay, so this is too much. We're gonna have to cut this out.
Oh, keep on
this
going.
is
Keep
too
on going.
much.
Keep on going.
So
Okay,
then,
what happens?
Okay, so then so then you just keep talking because the conversation started off good. So you just keep entertaining it. It's just like, oh, this is, this is a little fun, whatever. And then you never know how it's going to end anyway, so why not have a little fun with it, right? So it just continued, and then another picture came through. Listen,
Was it getting more risque?
definitely. And so the responses were like a little more risque, and then it's like, oh shit. And then
Claudia was on demon time.
and then it becomes more, and then I'm like, no, I'm out. Like, this is not.
I don't want to play anymore.
I don't want to play anymore. And then like he had a Samsung, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, like.
Halfway.
Take a few steps.
And I didn't know that it affected me as much as it did. I was like, you ain't even that cute no more.
What I thought isn't what it once was.
It wasn't. You mean to tell me we gotta use a third party? Like for I'm straight, honey. I am straight. So that was like.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Is that splat? So that was kind of cool. But yeah, so.
Cool.
I guess that was my fucking story about the booty pics, because if you're like, listen, I don't know, man, if little old me can get one, I'm just saying, if you went back a couple episodes ago, I was not talking this way. So, courage, I tell you.
Liquid courage, or what type of courage are you talking about? The Holy Spirit courage.
Just courage, the courage that the Lord gave me. Hey, this wine is good. You want to know why I know it's good? Is because you drink a little bit of it and you don't ever feel drunk, but then you feel good. You feel like ooh.
That's a great ad for that wine.
Right? I didn't even say the name, but yeah. I did. It was a screenshot that I found somewhere. So. So yeah, so it was just a funny email, and it was funny because I read the whole thing because of course I'm curious. Like, I had to read the whole thing for research purposes because I'm a journalist.
Who else?
And my job is to bring this A1 type of content to y'all. So yeah.
Queen of the game.
Listen, I don't say Claudia on your airwaves for nothing. I'm bringing something to you. So
can you even spell podcast without Claudia?
I don't. I don't. So yeah, so I ended up doing like and reading it, and it was funny because the way that he gets the, because I think this is just for like guys, like this is something that I signed up for, not 100% knowing that it was for guys, but then finding out later within the emails that I was getting that it was for guys. I was like, oh shit, I'm in the circle. What's up? What y'all talking about in here? So I got to the end, I click on the link, and the link takes you to like his program.
Step by step,
take by take. Like,
you could get your game on tap.
Exactly. And I was shook. I was just like, damn, they got them webinars. You gotta punch in a code, like.
What's the Zoom password?
Like, we're all here. Like, what? That's crazy. But listen, man, get your coin, dog. I do not listen, because I know you gotta pay for that shit. Like, to get the full thing, like that's how they get you, dumbass. But I liked how he got you, like. You want to know how to get booty pics, and it was just like, well, you're gonna like have to get into a relationship with her. Yeah. And I was like, damn, because you would think like these scumbags are teaching these men to freaking go get the booty. No wonder I'm getting these type of explicit pictures in my phone. And it was very like, first conversation. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, be like, be a gentleman. Da-da-da. Like it was pretty cool. It was enlightening for me to read.
Them webinars.
And so something that has been crossing my mind, because this word gets thrown around a lot and is misogynistic. So one of the things that I wanted to speak on was can you tell, like, as a woman, can I tell when a man is being misogynistic? And I feel like wasn't taught what that word for me in Spanish is a machista. So a machista is somebody who is just like doesn't believe that the woman is worth anything, basically. Like, she's disposable. And
almost like a womanizer, would you say?
Or? A womanizer, it could be too, yes. But I feel like someone that's because he can be misogynistic in that way, that he uses women and that they're just disposable to him, but also like in a workplace, like he just thinks that they don't really are not worth anything, and will talk to them however which way they feel like it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like being disrespectful. So I feel like sometimes us women, we don't really recognize when that happens, and so we just ponder on that for a very long time. And then it's not until we get older that we realize, like, oh wow, he was being like misogynistic towards me, and so I wanted to like kind of bring that to light. Like I guess I'll look up the definition of the word, that way you guys have a solid definition. But at the same time, like, I want you guys to ask yourselves this question, like, can you tell when a man is being misogynistic? And what are the next steps after that for you? Like, are you the one to set the boundary to be like, sir, you are being very disrespectful right now, I'm gonna need you to relax, and there goes that, you know what I mean? So misogynistic is strongly prejudiced against women. So basically what, so think about that. Like, think about, have you ever as a woman just felt prejudice? I mean, I know for a fact for me, like, I never understood it, but like the whole like sometimes not being acknowledged, like that was something that like that was something that would, like, to me, I would always feel like it was misogynistic, because it was just like, how do you just act like I'm not here, like in a room of like, and I've said before that it's in the hip hop space, but I feel like it's just in the space in general, because a lot of guys are just accustomed to like not really talk to the girl that comes like to the party or into the group, because they don't know who shorty that is, and it's just like, yo, I'm here with my brother and my homeboy, like, what's why can't why can't you just say what's up? Like, why you being rude as fuck? Like, psh, I ain't gonna talk to you. You know what I mean? And so like, and then we're the ones who have the attitude. You didn't even say hi to us. Like, what the fuck? Why was I gonna be nice to you? Like, you didn't even acknowledge my presence like that. Like, that's crazy. So, and it also goes both ways as well. So I'm not saying that to defend the man, but I am saying that because sometimes women do the same. They don't even like look his direction either. So it's kind of like, damn, if he, like, what is he gonna do? He gonna come right in front of you and be like, what's up, shawty? Like, no, it doesn't work that way. So yeah, so that's a question to ask yourselves, because I think it's a very important question. I was reading, I'm telling you guys, research. I was reading about red flags, because I felt like that was another question that I wanted to know. Like, do women know what a red flag is? Because I was talking to my cousin, I love him, and we were having a really dope conversation, and he was just telling me like, oh, pay attention to the red flags. And I'm like, okay, but what are red flags? And
what qualifies a red
flag?
What
qualifies as a red flag? Have red flags been thrown at me and I've been ignoring them? Apparently a bitch has. But let's continue. But I mean, it is okay, because now I know that they're red flags, and I'm okay with that, and I am looking forward to moving forward in this journey of being like a referee and just pulling them bitches out when it's time to. So
Reviewing the film.
yeah, listen, if I have to. And so it was funny because I was telling Hav, I'm not gonna share all the red flags because something that me and Hav talked about was basically how like it is kind of like a per person type of vibe, I feel. Because and on one end it could be like, oh well, maybe he just needs to be on his phone because he's in contact with his family or whatever,
or he runs business on his phone.
Yeah, or he runs business on his phone, or what? Listen,
a client text message.
Listen. Sometimes it's not even our business. Like sometimes, like that is that man's phone. You know what I mean? So that I mean that's how I think. So that's very different for me. Because I would hate for somebody to feel some type of way for me being on my phone because I'm going to be on it. You know what I mean? And it's up to you to feel like, okay, I'm gonna trust this person with their phone. And I feel like that's just something that we all hold so very closely to each other, is our phones. And it's like, yeah, well, because I have a lot of cool shit in here. You know what I mean? Like some cool messages, videos, pictures. Like it's very precious. Like a lot of stuff is it. I have a library in here, like 2 different libraries in here. Like I'll be so sad if I lost them. So continuing, one of the red flags that I was telling Hav was it was that if he orders water on the first date.
Bruh.
So if he orders water on the first date, it means that it's a red flag. And I was like, what if a motherfucker is parched? And
as an avid water drinker,
listen,
I'm probably not gonna order anything but water simply because that's what I want. And I probably don't want a sugary drink because I don't drink soda. So I'm either going to have that or like fruit punch or like a lemonade. And sometimes that's hit or miss. Neither here nor there, though. But
that's a fact, Hav.
I guess I would be aware of it. But I like it. You know these red flags. You'll be aware of them.
Yeah.
And double down on them. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I mean, some of the red flags, too, is just kind of like, when it's playful and when it's not. When you start knowing that it's not, you're just like, oh, no, you're just really an asshole. Okay. All right, cool. Check. I'm going to put a little check right here real quick because we're going to go back to that when we're reviewing the play, Hav. Because when you review the play, that's when the red flags come out.
How many just kiddings is not kidding anymore?
Huh. Sometimes it ain't even kidding. It's just.
Bars?
It's just.
We're going to review that. Is that bars?
Hey, so I'm going to share these bars real quick that I sent to my cousin the other day. He was the one who told me that it was bars, so I'm going to share them.
Dropping knowledge at all times.
Lying. I said, it's never easy. That's why it's called a breakup, because it breaks you up inside. But... So
5 mics in the what?
Hold on, I'm gonna read it to you like how I meant it. So I said, that's why it's called a breakup, because it breaks you up inside. That was worse than the first time, but listen, in my heart and my soul, that shit was right when I sent it.
You felt it?
I felt it, and he did too. So that's what matters, right? The person who received it got it.
You felt that first one, but that second one?
That's
I like the first delivery.
I should have practiced the second one more. I didn't practice that one. I didn't. I wasn't in the bathroom practicing, and that was my fault. I should have come more correct for you guys. Okay, so moving along. All right, so I want to talk about red flags because Jada versus Fab are this week. Monday, Jadakiss and Fabulous will be having a versus battle.
Hey. Who you got, Claudia?
Just announced. Jadakiss all fucking day.
Damn,
if I could do his laugh, I would.
Motherfucking dub, ho.
Cause why? Not.
Oh.
Well, I was gonna go into his song, but I don't remember it like that. But like, yeah, he really didn't make a song like why.
Why
and
did
so
Bush knock the towers
yeah,
down?
like why not? So yeah, my pick is definitely Jadakiss. is
Man, that's a shocker.
it's just Jada. I have nothing more to say, but that is Jada. Like Fab is like cool and like everything. And I'm going to share a little bit right after this why I feel some type of way about it.
Oh shit.
But Jadakiss is going to win. I'm really excited. Honestly, though, nobody has been able to beat the Beanie Man and Bounty Killer verses. That has been the best one before them, after them, till the end of time, because that shit was way too. The motherfucking police showed up and shit was lit. Beanie Man was yelling at Bounty Killer and it was just so live. They were freestyling the whole time. Like Alicia Keys and I almost forgot about like the one that just happened. Alicia Keys and John Legend just did theirs, and theirs was awesome. I loved it. It was actually last episode that they did it because they did it for the Juneteenth celebration. It was really awesome to celebrate Black music. It is Black Music Month, so shout out to that too. Man, listen, if it wasn't for Black people, we wouldn't have this Black music. Listen.
We wouldn't have this podcast.
We wouldn't have this podcast. I just need y'all to know that. So, listen.
Who you had in the battle?
And what? And Alicia Keys?
Yeah,
And
and John Legend.
I had Alicia Keys, and rightfully so, because John Legend played songs that he wrote. So it was like a Lauryn Hill song that he played.
Oh,
he
you don't
played.
respect that?
I just felt like Alicia came with all of her own songs. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like
Fair.
yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, like cool. Like you're gonna play, you know, a grant, like, you know what? I don't know. That's me. That's me because I like that. There are some songs that like that John Legend, that some of them when you put them toe to toe, like that John Legend wins against Alicia's, but just for the simple fact that like he did that, I was kind of just like, well, like you're making it hard for us because you're just like you're putting one of the best Lauryn Hill songs, or like Selfish. I'm calling, baby, I'm selfish. I watch it to myself, I can't help it. Oh my, what?
But he's the one that does those. Isn't he? Yo, ma. Isn't that him doing that?
And I think he does the piano.
Yeah.
So I get it. Like I said, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I just what I saw
He
from
also played Magnificent too.
he played Rick Ross. Like he has good songs, but like how I said, I don't know. Maybe it's because she's a woman, and we'll leave it at that. But yeah. So one of the things that I've been like been seeing on social media, and this is one of the reasons why I love the powerful Black women that I follow in media on Twitter, and that's for the simple fact that they open my eyes to things that I don't always see in the hip hop world. And what I mean by that is like the whole Fab situation that he went through with his wife, and she's pregnant. Congratulations to Fab and Emily for like, she's pregnant. So that's awesome. That's something else that the timeline has something to say about, that they were like, oh, he fucking punched her in the face and like allegedly, and all of his crazy stuff, and you know now she's pregnant by him, and it's just like, well, yeah, she has 2 kids by him and she's still with him. You know, like why do you feel the need to like, you know, do that? Like I get the whole like maybe not supporting his music, but also like getting into his relationship like that. I feel like that's none of your business. So that's something that to me is kind of like mind your business. But as far as like the hip hop side, where it comes down to like how are we going to allow a woman beater, you know what I mean, to like take a pass when we don't let a rapist, or we wouldn't let somebody else get away with it. Of course, this is all something that like, you know, it's stuff that we've seen that have been dropped. So it's not like something was like he didn't have to go to jail or anything like that, granted. But like I said, I'm just grateful for the Black women that I follow that bring this to light, because it makes me question things and it makes me think about certain things. And it's just like, holy shit. Do we let certain artists get away with stuff because they're good artists? You know, because we're like, no, they're good. Like, he won't do it again. He won't this, instead of really recognizing the issue that maybe he might need help. Maybe he might need more of, you know, the industry to like lean more on him and show him like some type of affection, or maybe, like you just never know, because, someone hashes out in a different way that by the time that you want to find out what's really wrong, it's too late. So I feel like there should just be more preventative measures when it comes to hip hop artists, because things can happen. there's money involved, there's this involved, there's, possibilities of infidelity, and that just all comes into play. And it's very hip hop, like a marriage in hip hop, and I just feel like marriage just in general is hard. Imagine it being in front of everybody, and imagine it being just like in the forefront. So I wanted to like not be like, that's why Fab is not like why I'm not picking him. I'm saying that more so because I am coming into a realization of this, that I need to, not that I need to see this side, but recognize that that is something that does happen in our culture. And that's why Black mental health matters. Like, mental health matters for everybody. I just spoke about earlier how it's important, but something that I have it's crazy because like my homegirls from high school, man, they're just thriving in awesome ways. Another one of my homegirls, Brittany, she started this page that is just like with mental health, and like she's asking the questions that we don't always ask ourselves, and has like journal prompts, and it's just so dope. So like her whole thing, because she's a beautiful Black woman, so Black mental health matters. And I post this on my Instagram to like let it be known, like what's up, like these are what the girls that I went to high school with are doing, that I still see thriving, that I see just pushing and becoming better. And it's just like, yes, oh my God. This is why like Breonna Taylor's murder just makes me so sad. Is because I see Breonna Taylor and I'm like, yo, she could have been one of my homegirls. That to me makes me so sad. That to me breaks my heart. That to me is just like, why haven't the police been arrested? Why hasn't there been justice? Why? That's why Jadakiss is gonna win, because he made that song. Because we're all asking ourselves that right now.
That made sense.
Yeah.
The weirdest way.
Yeah. So it just frustrates me. And then to find out that she was a Gemini, her birthday was a couple of days before mine, and like all the pictures that you see of her, she's fly. She got she was that like I'm gonna take a pic before I leave, hold on. What, like that. And man, it just breaks my heart like every time. And like every time I read the story, and every time that I see someone post it, because everybody just feels this passionately about it, like why hasn't justice been like served for this? This was like a massive, like that shit was crazy. Like they murdered her. That was crazy. And so prayers to her. The fight still continues, guys. There's still protesting going on. I was gonna go tomorrow, but I'm right here with you guys.
But sometimes when you play the game,
you get injured.
My dog, got a little injury,
Yeah, I got injured working out, so it sucks.
It's good though.
Yeah, listen, I'm Kobe in the game, and I got courage, so we gonna come back stronger than ever. You heard?
Big facts.
So protesting is going so strong. It's a beautiful. I love it. I love that it's happening. We've been talking about this for weeks, about how it's like it's what we've seen in the history books, and it's like really happening in front of our eyes, and I just think it's so beautiful. Something that saddens me is that Angela Davis has been fighting for our people since 1970 something, and she's still going to the protests right now, like I don't know how many years later. And it's just sad that she has to continue to live this pattern, in her life, that she got to see two revolutions and just had to fight the fight for so many years. And if you don't know who Angela Davis is, I recommend you find out very quickly. I think I'm going to give them like a quick, because this woman is just, this woman is just the best. Like, I don't want no damn Angela Jolie. Angela Davis. American political activist. Ma'am. All right, very quick. So Angela Yvonne Davis is an American political activist, philosopher, academic, Marxist, feminist, and author. She is a professor emerita at the University of California, Santa Cruz. I'm about to slide. That's in the bay. Davis was a longtime member of the Communist Party USA and remains a founding member of the Committees of Correspondence for Democracy and Socialism. She is the author of over 10 books on class, feminism, and the U.S. prison system. Born to an African-American family in Birmingham, Alabama, Davis studied French at Barbados University and philosophy at the University of Frankfurt in West Germany. My dog went abroad. She was out. I want to she's been arrested for like the cause. She's a woman that growing up I was always fascinated with hearing about her and just reading her books, like what they said. And she's just always been like a woman that I've looked up to her, along with Zora Neale Hurston. But Zora Neale Hurston was a lot more earlier than her. So, and she was an activist, she was just a writer, but she's a great writer. But yeah, so shout out to that. I think it's beautiful to see it now. What was crazy was that she was I think she was 24 years old this first time that she made a speech at Madison Square Garden, and because of the security measures that they had to take, she was in a bulletproof glass. It was all around her, like a bulletproof glass, because they were just scared as to see what would happen. Because that's how righteous that's how righteous she was, that she was talking that truth, that motherfuckers was ready to shoot. You know what I mean? And that's what's crazy, is that what was happening. That's one of the reasons why we lost some of our previous leaders as well, even some of our presidents, if we're being real.
Being hundo.
So let's go back to the list. What is our time?
We got about 15.
Okay, so the new Chloe and Halle, sorry. I have nothing more to say but to just listen to it from beginning to end. Every single song, every single track. There's a question that I am dying to ask these girls, and it is, what is it like growing up in front of us and talking as sexy as you're talking on this project? I don't know if this is the first time that they've done that, but this album just oozes I don't want to say sex, or it just oozes not gorgeous, goddess. It just oozes goddess sensual vibes, kinds that you want, with pink and gold. I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself, maybe because I love gold. And so yeah, so the project is really good. Also the Tiana Taylor project, dope.
Yeah. What was one of your favorite songs on there? We talked about that. We didn't even talk about that last episode, right?
What, Chloe and Halle?
The Tiana.
The Tiana Taylor. Now that I've had the chance to listen to, the one that I love the most is the one with Junie and Rick Ross. That's my favorite song. I heard it the first time, but I also love 69. I love Concrete. I love they have a longer version of a song with Kehlani.
Mm-hmm.
And that was needed. A longer version of that song was needed. I like the one that she has with Iman. I love them together. They're so cute. They're having a girl.
Oh.
Remember? He's gonna be a girl dad. I love it. And who else? Oh, the one that she has with Future and with Missy Elliott. Dog, that whole album. And then she has Erykah Badu on it. This is all off of memory too. She has really, really good features on that project. And then the songs that she has by herself, Sexual, man, I'm excited to see the visuals for that project. And then she's going to be the one who's going to direct them. So of course it's going to be bomb. So I'm excited for that. It's funny because even the Tell Me What You Want, even that I let it ride. Cause I listening to the whole project all the way through. So I even let that one ride, and I played the fuck out of that song, and I'm still listening to it like nothing.
The bitch knew.
Yeah. So so I really, really, really enjoy that album. The Chloe and Halle, I the Chloe and Halle, the ones that I like is Baby Girl, Busy Boy, the Do It song, which is climbing up on the charts right now. Listen to me, climbing up the charts. That one is doing very, very well. I didn't know that it was their first song, but it's a really good song. I use it as my caption because she says, I look like Bae. What's up? So So yeah, so it was just it's a really good project. Let me see if I have any more. Listen to me. I stay listening to the fucking Ari Lennox project. Like, and then there's a song called Tipsy Ungodly Hour goes hard. Like just the whole project. Just check it out. I'm tired of saying it. Just go do it.
Which one do you like better?
Oh, out of the two of them, you tripping. I don't have one. I can't say it. The
Well,
one that I do listen to more, and probably because it's shorter, is the Chloe and Halle. Because it's shorter.
What would you rate? What would you rate them? I'll go 5 gold mics for the
Oh,
Ambition Hour.
I would give them both 5 gold mics. Can I do that?
I mean, the standard of getting 5 gold mics.
I mean, those projects are 5 gold mics worth. That's just my opinion. If you feel differently,
Sound off in the
yeah, I
comments.
guess. Okay, so we did talk about the Oh, so we're getting at the end of our genuine quest. So this question came to me right before the podcast, and that was to that was like a couple hours ago, and it was basically like, can you tell when when your best friend is depressed, like from a conversation, like, or by how they're acting or by how they're posting, or like there's just like a certain thing? Like, have you ever been able to tell when your best friend is like not feeling it?
No. Sometimes. But by the post, no, I would have to talk to them.
There wouldn't be like something that like gives it off.
Unless it's something that's a little less subtle and I kind of could look at it.
Yeah.
But
Like off the bat, no.
off the bat, I would say no. Yeah, unfortunately, I did think about reaching out to my stronger friends and kind of seeing their mental health, like how you're saying with the mental health check with the parents. But having
sometimes I need that. That little. How you doing?
Yeah, I meant to do that to you yesterday and I forgot. My bad.
It's okay. We'll talk.
Always talk.
Yeah. For me, I feel like with my best friend right now, which has been my best friend for a very long time, my sister, really with her, it's like I feel like you just get to a certain point where you've just known somebody that you just know, like, maybe not from the conversation, because I don't want it to be like I had a conversation with her and she sounded depressed to me and that's why I thought of the question. It was like, no, it was just kind of like, do you ever know that? Do you ever really genuinely know when your best friend is like going through something? Because I remember there was a time where I was going through some shit and I never told my friends. And I just went through it by myself and I was depressed as fuck and I never told them and they never knew. Maybe they had a feeling but they never addressed it or they never said anything to me about it. So I don't know if other people are able to I guess see the signs of the depression. I feel like that's something that sometimes can prevent a lot of suicides, is when you can recognize the depression. I remember there was a time where like I was in my room from like time to time, but the only people that were seeing that were my family, because I was already closed off to everybody else. Like even my closest friends, like I wasn't trying to see nobody. Like I was in quarantine before quarantine. So when like a lot of introverts say that, it's real. Like, you know what I mean? Like I have a very introverted, extroverted personality, meaning this is very easy to me. I've explained this before. This is very easy to me. I can talk to you guys for an hour because I have, not because I have the nose, but because I have the desire. I have the passion, the ambition to just be like, yo, I'm gonna go get it. I don't care that I'm shy. I don't care that I don't care. So I just continue, right? That's my extroverted side. That's the turn on. But then the introverted side is the side that is just like doesn't want to be around people, gets very shy, gets very to herself, and no one will know. And it's just oh, she's just going through, you know what I mean? So I feel like the people around me know when I go through it. So I get very happy. I not that I get very happy about it, because I feel like I haven't had I haven't had an episode yet. But yeah, like I said, it was just a question that just came to my mind. I wanted to go ahead and present it to the podcast because maybe sometimes you can apply it to, like how I said, it doesn't have to be if you know when your friend is depressed, maybe your sibling, maybe your cousin, your auntie, your whoever, you know what I mean? Like, can you tell when they're just not right because they don't tell us, you know? And it's because we're so taught to not share our feelings that when someone says, how are you doing? You say everything is good. And it's just like, but is it really? Like, you can tell me, like, it's okay, you know what I mean? Like, I won't judge you. I'll be here. I'm learning to be there for people without carrying the energy, and that's hard for me. But I'm very good at setting that boundary of this is too much. You're giving me too much right now. And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, is that good? Are we good? I think we're good. I'm good, and I'm sweating. It's hot. This jacket look cool, but I'm not.
Bars.
Alright, y'all. It's been so motherfucking real. I can't believe this is 126 episodes. Ooh, before I forget, my dogs, they dropped a motherfucking project called Legacy. And who do I mean by my dogs? I'm talking about having spits, okay? They dropped a triple on them, guys. And I say it with I say it with with that energy because that's how I felt like when I saw the promo with the LeBron and Wade, and those times were crazy, and going to like the fucking parades and just living that like that legacy, or just like not even just the LeBron and Wade, but the fucking Wade like legacy that he left here in Miami. Like, oh my God, like I'm getting like so hype about that. Like, I'm hype right now.
And today marks a new legacy.
Exactly. So make sure that you guys go ahead and check that out. That project is dope as fuck. Make sure that you subscribe to all of our things. Like, we got things like Apple Podcast, we have Spotify, we have
shout out to those people that are listening on
exactly those. SoundCloud, we have YouTube. Thank you to everybody, WTW TV, WTW Radio. I appreciate you guys so much. And I love finding out new fans, so that's always fun too. I feel like there's one more thing, but I think I'm done. Oh, make sure that you just like try to do what you can do to bring justice.
Do your part.
Do your part. Check yourself. Be cautious of your surroundings. Wash your hands. Hand sanitizer. All that stuff. Be aware. The numbers are jumping. We don't want to lose you guys. Just be safe. Remember to think about others, not just yourself, because that's something that this also means, is that we're not just taking care of ourselves right now, we're taking care of other people, because one of our mishaps can potentially harm someone else. So let's just keep that in mind. We're all responsible adults. And even if there isn't a virus, you should still be doing the proper hygiene, like washing your hands and shit, because that's very necessary. So yeah, with that being said, guys, this is the 126th episode of the Ambition Hour podcast. I'm your girl Claudia Renee on your airwaves. It has been real. Shout out to Halle for not just being an awesome artist, but also an awesome audio visual engineer, executive producer, all those things. For the 126th time in a row, it's your girl Claudia Renee. And we are out of here. I can't even do it right.
Motherfucking dub, ho.